Okay, let's take a very close look to this color banding issue. And we're going to compare the LG C1 with the Samsung S95C, but really this is a comparison between WRGB and QD-OLEDs. I don't think the LG G4 is going to look a lot different than this LG C1 when it comes to native gradation. This is just a limitation of the technology, okay? So as you can see here on this professional color banding test pattern, we see a lot of different colors and they are not smoothly transitioning. Actually, I don't think this is supposed to be red at all. This might be near black chrominance overshoot. Something like, a very fancy term to say that the colors look kind of wrong near black. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna show you the first time, and then I'm just gonna, for the next transitions, I'm going to be stopping and continuing the recording. So what I'm doing is I am dragging the window to the Samsung S95C so you can see the same frame, okay? That's what I'm doing. So let's take a look at that. Same frame on the Samsung S95C. Look at the difference. This is so much better. It's not even close. We no longer see all those red color errors, I would say. This is so much more smoother. Even when the quality of the recording, of course, cannot fully capture the difference, and you're going to see a lot of defects coming from the due to compression and just the limitations of my camera, but you can definitely see the difference. Look at that. It's like night and day. The difference is night and day. And again, this is in game mode. This doesn't have any processing whatsoever. So let's keep I'm gonna keep playing the video. This is a video, and I'm gonna try to find another example. Actually, let me do that in real time so I don't have to be stopping the video. Let me find another frame, maybe a brighter frame. I might have to change the settings of my camera. So let's take a look at this frame, for example. Here, Samsung S95C. This looks smooth, and rely on my description. See, on this recording, I'm looking at the camera. This is not looking as good, of course, as in front of me. This in front of me, let me tell you, I don't see this color that I'm seeing on the recording right now. I don't see this color. It's looking smoother than what's on the recording. But let's take a look at now at the C1. I'm gonna drag this. Let's go to the C1. Same frame. And I'm using this method so you don't think it is a difference on the player, or the difference is coming from a different place. Look at this. So much more color. Like different colors that I don't think they're supposed to be there. There's so much like a rainbow effect. It is not smoother. It's like the TV doesn't even know which color to use to do that transition. Look at that. It's a rainbow. Very big difference. Let's go back to the S95C. Now, you might also see a difference in brightness, which we shouldn't see because this is an HDR video. I think what's happening too with the S95C is that when you stop using it, it is becoming dimmer than it should. I think that's what's happening. So maybe I have to go to the service menu and disable some stuff so that doesn't happen. So let's take a look at this example here. That looks very smooth. Very, very smooth. Here in front of me, this is perfect. Almost perfect. I can definitely see some faint, hints to red here. But let's see the same frame on the C1. Now, definitely the C1 looks a lot brighter. I don't know what's going on, honestly. I don't know why is that. Why is the C1 looking so much more brighter? You see now it became dimmer. Oh no, it's my screen. Yeah, it's the screen of my phone. That after a moment it dims down. So maybe that's not coming through on the recording. So take a look at that on the C1. Well, actually, it doesn't look that bad here. This looks good. Yeah, this looks good. It's not as bad. But yeah, there's definitely more rainbow on the transition. Let's see. Let's keep playing it. See if we find something that looks really off here, to see if the S95C is fixing that. So I'm playing through this video. By the way, link in the description of the video if you want to try this test pattern yourself and more. I'm going to have a link in the description where you can download a bunch of test patterns. So let me lower the exposure here so it's not clipping, and you can see the difference better. Let's keep going here. This is looking good. Okay, here I definitely see some. Okay, let me see where to stop it. This is all looking good. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Let's take a look at this one. This is a lot brighter now. I had to lower the gain. Me focusing. Okay, look at that. You see? Now let's go to the S95C. Wow, that's perfect. Of course, it's a lot brighter. Let me look at that. Absolutely perfect. Let me increase this. It's so difficult to record this stuff that close. You start seeing moire and all of that, but you can clearly see this is like perfectly smooth. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. Now we're back to the C1. Let's take a look at this example. This is actually not too bad. This looks good enough, but I can see the bands of colors. And this is supposed to be yellow all the way. Let me change the camera settings to maybe show better. This is supposed to be all yellow, and I see some redness in some of these rings. It is looking kind of red, or maybe a darker yellow. It's like color errors. It's supposed to be all yellow. So now let's see that on the S95C, which is a lot brighter right now. It's absolutely perfect in person. No defects whatsoever. That's perfection. Let me lower the... Yeah, the thing is, this recording might show... Yeah, this is not what I see in front of me. I have the shutter speed in 1/500 and the ISO in 50. So that's not... So this is bright. Very bright. So when you get clipping, you cannot see the smooth gradation. But basically, these lines that you see here on the recording in front of me, that's not there at all. So I think that YouTube compression is also gonna get this even worse. So you have to rely on my description. This, I'm telling you, from here, from the center, That's very bright. All the way here, I see absolutely nothing. Now here, starting here, I do see some redness, some like, it's like a red transition towards this blue. So I do see that defect. But if I compare that with the C1, it is like so much more clear. It's like all these bands of colors are like a lot more clear. A lot more clear. And this is what I see, especially with auto HDR. This is what I see on the games, these issues right here. So let's let it play until the end to see if I see like a catastrophic part. Let me change the ISO again. See if I see a very, very bad. And this is not, again, this content is very high quality. This is not like something messed up. Like sometimes there are videos that look absolutely terrible. This is not what it is. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Oh, this is bad. This is bad right here. Let me stop. Oh. Let me go back there. Let me pause the video. I stop it. It was this blue right here. Let me find it. Yeah, look at this. We can clearly see here. This is probably one of the best examples. We can clearly see here all the bands of colors. Really, really noticeable. In person, this is very noticeable. Now, let's drag this same frame to the S95C. Wow. Holy, huge difference. I mean, even on the video, this is coming through. Big, big difference. It is so much more smoother. Even if I get closer, you see this moire is difficult to get rid of that on the recording. But yeah, this is so much better, man. It's not even close. Let me drag it down again. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely huge difference. So let me know your experience. If you have both, if you have WRGB, QDOLED, let me know if you can notice that difference, especially for HDR gaming where we don't have any settings. And actually, talking about settings, before I end this video, let me show you the settings I was using on the S95C LGC1. So you see, let's go here. Actually, this is okay. Let's go here to the game bar. You see, I'm using game mode settings. Let's go here. Let's go to, you see that I'm even using, I'm still not too familiar with these settings here. What I want to show you is that I am using BT 2020, and that makes a difference. I'm using BT 2020, so you have to set this to custom BT 2020. That's gonna give you also better gradients. I forgot to mention that from the beginning. So these are the settings I'm using right now. I'm still trying. Let me also show you why is this Game Motion Plus setting locked? I was using this. Maybe because this is set to game console. I was using this Game Motion Plus. Why is it not Let me see. This is off. Why is it off? Huh. Game mode is on. Well, this is kind of buggy, I have to say. I was using it, I just turned off my C1. That's it. But it's in game mode. It doesn't really make any difference if Game Motion Plus is on or not. I'll figure that out later what happened there, because I was using it, I just turned on the C1. And on the C1, let me show you the settings. See, VRR is off. I am using Game Optimizer mode. You see, G-Sync was saying they're on, but it's not actually working. HGIG. And the C1, let me show you, that's actually HDMI and PC mode. You can see here all the HDMI ports are in PC mode. So this is not because I have the C1 on a different, actually the S95C is at a disadvantage because I'm not using full 444. And let me show you the NVIDIA control panel settings too. Let me go here to the NVIDIA control panel. And I'm gonna show you the settings for each one. You go close. Oh, this is what happened. Let me get brighter here. This is what happened. So C1 is at 120, 10 bits full, and the Samsung. Now this is C1 is at 60. C1 is at 60, full 10 bits, and Samsung got changed to 120. That's why Game Motion Plus was not on. But that doesn't make any difference when it comes to a smooth gradation. Being in PC mode could even improve this more. Actually, let me try that. I'm gonna change this to PC mode. Let me see if that makes any difference. Before I end the video, let me change from console. I'm gonna go here. This is in game console. I'm gonna change this to a PC. Okay. And now that it is on PC, let's see if we can notice any difference. I'm gonna change here. Yeah, it is on 120 Hertz, 10 bits. So now let's take a look at that test pattern to see if it looks any better. Again, all these test patterns, link in the description of the video. You can try them yourself. We have a lot of very interesting stuff. This is not opening here for some reason. Let me stop the recording. Okay, so I had to restart the PC. I don't know, this program is kind of buggy, this BCL program. I changed to 144 Hertz. So let's take a look at it to see if I can notice any difference. I mean, it has to be a big difference for me to notice because, yeah, it is so subtle. You need to have these things side by side. Now, looking at the recording, I have I'm adjusting the camera settings because this test pattern changes brightness a lot. In person, I can definitely see some bands of colors, especially over here. I am not noticing any, big improvements. It looks similar. This is the S95C. It looks similar. But it looks good. It looks good. And this is a very challenging video, of course. This is test pattern. This looks okay. If I see this on a game, I wouldn't be bothered at all. This would look okay. Not a big deal. These yellow colors are bright, man. Very bright. But yeah, this looks good, but I cannot say that there's a difference I can notice right now. I would need to have some pictures side by side. And even like that, it would be hard to tell. But yeah, let me know your experience with this issue. Is this something that bothers you a lot? Have you seen the difference if you upgraded from WRGB to a QD OLED? Let me know your thoughts and opinions and if you have any questions.